All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Jennifer Britton, and we've got a bunch of us live here. It's Saturday morning, November 1st, 2025, and this is day one of the 30 days of writing. This is, I thought, the fifth annual, but as I went back into my video list, I think I started hosting these in 2019 before the pandemic. And the offshoot of it is these really grew out of something called NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month, which was set up by a nonprofit probably 20 plus years ago. And I fell into them in 2014. I actually have written entire books during this month. So, Effective Virtual Conversations, which some of you might have on your shelf, was written in 2015 or 2016 and came out the next year. So, the intent of this month is really to, NaNoWriMo is no longer around, but there are other organizations that have taken us on, and it's an opportunity to just come together and write together. So whether you are thinking of doing an entire book, whether you are simply wanting to take time to just do creative writing bursts with articles, social media, this is your month. I'm going to be here. And I just want to share a little bit about sort of what you can expect, because for those that like process and like structure, you can get as much structure as you'd like. So, welcome to UMH as well. We've got a bunch of you live, and I'll be hosting these for 30 days. So, there is actually a PDF download. I'll put it in chat as we get going today, and you can print this off. I would encourage you to actually like take notes every day, whether you're here 30 days of the month or not. It's really fun to look back at the end of the month, see how much you've achieved. And I will leave time at the end of every call to say, hey, do you want to note your word count? Or do you want to note what you focused on today? For those that are available, I'm hosting this year's sprints at all different times. Last year it was pretty consistent at 6 a.m. Eastern, but I need a little bit more sleep right now because we've got the Blue Jays in the World Series. I was out last night till midnight and I can't keep doing early mornings. And tonight it's gone to game 7. So I could be really happy tomorrow or not, but tomorrow, Sunday, it'll be 7 to 8 p.m. I have had to make some switches to other calls this week. So Monday it'll be 7 a.m., Tuesday 9 a.m. Eastern. These are all Eastern. Wednesday 6:30 in the evening, Thursday 7:30 in the morning, and Friday 12:30 noon. So whatever you could do, join us. I am going to try and record these and I'll put them probably in the YouTube portal. So if you just can't make it, follow along because it is fun. So I want to give you a minute just to get here, get grounded. Would love for you to just reflect on this question for yourself of what's your goal for writing in 2025. It is a new month. I like to think of it as a blank page and just want to give you a minute to think about what is your goal for writing this month. I'll start a timer and we will get you starting to jot your thoughts down. All right, so that's our little chime for this week at least. And to continue the spark, before we sort of just share a little bit with each other, I brought our Reconnecting Workspaces dice. Some of you are familiar with these. You'll be seeing these along with our cards every day. And I'm just going to roll. We're going to have 3 icons for the day, which include getting through the maze, sort of apropos, checklist, And this one is styles. So there you go. There's the maze, a checklist with a timer. Oh, and sorry, not and this one's the abacus. The abacus. Okay, so feel free to draw those out, write them down. Maybe these show up in your story, whatever you are writing. But I'll give you a minute right now to just jot those down. All right. So every day I'll be bringing a little something to get us creatively sparked. Would anyone like to share what they're working on or anything that these first exercises activated for you?
I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing this year? Are you going to work on a book or some social media? What are you thinking about?
Well, I am working on, I spent time earlier before the call plotting out my November with a goal of a launch of a digital product that I've been working on all summer for Black Friday to launch as
Ooh,
a Black Friday sale, right? And I got that concept from one of the things you shared,
yeah.
a calendar for November that you shared online. And so my plan is starting out with content for to grow my email list. So I've already got a giveaway, and so I'm working on that. So my concept that I've been putting together is a wellness um, program for small companies that they can buy a package done for them,
Mm,
package of materials, activities, communications. So the person who doesn't have that background can pick this up, put it in place, and have a mini wellness program, to say they have a wellness program, right?
that's so good.
Which is trending now.
Yeah.
Organizations are all upping their wellness activities. So it's a huge market, dollar wise. The spend is incredible for wellness programs right now by corporations. So my plan is to get my uh, content creation, my website finished, my toolkit finished, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I can actually um, create my other two toolkits. It's a total of three, to have the
Ooh.
whole program built out by the end of November. But with at least the first one launching by Black Friday.
I
So
love that. And I love the
and
tangibility stuff of you like being like, this is it. And like that is part of these sprints. There's a deadline. And I really hope that this is going to stretch you because we know with any creative process, it's not straight. It's going to be fun and then it's going to be crazy. And like, I hope that every day you'll be able to join us as much as possible.
thank you
Amazing.
for this. Thank you very much for this. I need
Yeah, well,
focus, and
it
this
really
helps me
is my
focus.
pleasure. And, I benefit as much. I'm going to work on a book this month called The Experiential Leader, which is going to be book number 6 in the Reconnecting Workspaces series. So some of you have seen Flow Flex Scale, which is a solopreneurial piece. That is not yet published, but it's like written. The one that comes after that is Coaching and Change. And then the Experiential Leader is really for leaders to thrive in a sort of an experience design frame. So that is my hope. And I want to be focused. I really get a lot of energy from those of you that come. So whether you're here 30 days or 2 days, just welcome. And I hope that you'll enjoy the Sparkers because I thought it was interesting. Like, I think my book's about helping leaders get through the maze, using that checklist and like making things really tangible in a world that is like for leaders right now pretty chaotic. So that is my hope. Anyone else want to share before we get into the writing, which will be the bulk of our time together? We'll sort of write for most of the time and then maybe do about 5 minutes at the end to check out. So just
I'll
MA?
share.
Okay.
I really sort of personal memoir work, I think. I've been in a bunch of writing groups and I've taken a memoir course, and I just have all of these little tidbits all over the place. And so what I want to do is really take stock of what I've done and just look at it and see how it fits together and where it points me, and then that's my first goal, and then set a new goal and start to weave it together somehow.
Ooh, I love that. Amazing. Meg or Ivana, anything you want to say to bring your voice into the room?
Sure, I'll share. I am really focused. I have a Substack and I don't write on it regularly, but it really does serve me. So I would like to develop a stronger writing habit around it and really have some consistency around it. And that's been hard for me. Not so that's what I'd like to work on, is this kind of getting in the flow, and to use your dice. Um, Getting through the maze, but the checklist, I really do well if I get a process going. Like when I get to my desk, I do this and then I do this. Or when I start a
Hmm.
new Substack, it's, pick up the page, put the topic at the top, trying to
Yeah, just
figure
do,
out that
do, do.
checklist. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope, Meg, that you could join us for a few days or all of the days to just get in that flow because beyond today, we're going to do a welcome, a quick creative exercise, and then we'll jump right into the writing. So there's a bit of a habitual piece to this that we can develop as well. And Ivana, good to see you. I know you like to write by paper. What's happening this year? You're working on your same piece of work?
I am. That's my promise to myself. And this is my framework and my structure to keep going. And ironically enough, I was all paper, and this year I'm going to go digital. I'm doing it
Ooh,
all digitally with handwriting. So I want to save paper and I want to experiment. So I'm letting it be messy, but it's about, for me, it was around the maze. So the maze of this, but also the maze of allowing myself just to know what I have and continue to be able to get it all figured out.
amazing. Amazing. Well, let us dive into the work. So I think today we'll just go straight to about 5 minutes to the top of the hour, which will give us about 40 minutes of writing time. We'll do a quick checkout and then we'll also take stock of our how far we get. So enjoy. Feel free to put yourself on mute, leave the camera on, your choice. The timer will be running in the corner. So enjoy. All right, that's 40 minutes. Everyone is still deeply into it. So I'm going to give you another minute to just wrap up wherever you're at, and then we'll do a brief just reflection for today. All right. So notice how many words you've written, or maybe how many pages. You're each going to be counting this differently. I'll invite you to grab that 30 days sheet and just take a minute to write out your word count, maybe what you focused on, any other notes you want to take.
Jen, remind us where we find the sheet. Did you send it?
I'll put it,
Is
you know
there-
what? I'll just put it right now in chat, and that way you
Okay.
don't have to go anywhere. So let me pull this in. Just give me one sec. It's a PDF version that I have, so you may need to print it. While I'm doing that, what was this like? I'm always curious. What was this like for you? Goodness, what's happening here?
Well, I wasn't actually writing. I was reading my writing, and
Ooh.
I read a total of 16 pages and started a table where I have my piece, the pages, the date I wrote it, the topic, insights, and the opportunity.
Oh.
And so it was really, really interesting to go back and just like take stock of all of that. And I'm starting to really see where the opportunity is. So it was also like an emotional ride.
Oh my gosh. Love it. But you dove into it, it sounds like.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And so, it's early in your day. What is your commitment? Is it just gonna be 1 hour a day? Or are you gonna
I think
make
I'm going to
time?
stick with this 1 hour a day. I feel like I need to build this muscle. And if I just kind of let it be too diffuse, I think I'm going to lose it. So I'm going to really try and stick with you, Jen, and do this 1 hour
Love it.
to be able to focus.
Nice, nice. Well, put it aside, write it down, maybe notice where your next piece is. This is a copy of the 30 Days of Challenge. I hope it's the latest version. It may not be quite the latest version, but I've just popped it in chat and I'll follow up with all of you if you'd like with your email afterwards. So I'll put the final version. All right. Who else wants to share? What was it like? What did you do? Meg?
I'll go ahead. Meg, I saw you come on and back off. So, I did a little bit of everything. I was definitely feeling the through the maze today
Through the maze,
because I
yeah.
was started writing and I'm like, but I've got stuff. So I did a little bit of what Mary Helen was doing, like went back to my old writing, had a table and got overwhelmed. And I'm like, okay, just pause. What are we really trying to do here? So it was a bit of a, you know, process. And
It
this is
was a
already day
process.
one and it's messy. So it's like, crap, what am I signing up for?
Well, just remember the creative process is always messy. I
Yes.
realize, like you just said, Ivana, like I am going to go right after this and actually go grab some index cards and start getting ideas on paper
Yeah.
because I sort of had like an outline, but now I'm like, that's not really quite what I want to do. Because as I started writing, I'm like, no, this really isn't like getting it. But again, it's a process. So just trust the process is going to unfold. But I'm going to grab some index cards after this and spend an hour. I'm actually going to go through a video that I posted yesterday. So I put it in, it's a 2019. I'll see if I can find it while we're on here, but it was like a planning video that I had done in 2019 to get us thinking about the actual vision of this work. So I'll find that maybe while we hear from either Steph or Meg, if you want to pop your voice in. You don't have to. Just want to leave that space.
So I started creating content, doing posts, and I ran into a tech issue. Um, so um, because the posts connect with my website and I had to create a page. I was using a different method and chat. And I was working with chat, and chat was like, no, you'd better off SEO, create a website page for your 30-day challenge. So anyway, so I ended up over my head in tech, and that's I had to go off camera because I got the spinning circle. I know Zoom video takes a lot of bandwidth. So anyway, I'm still kind of struggling a little bit with that, but there we go. I am I'm excited. I would like to sit here and keep going, but yeah, I'm home now and the husband wants to do things today, so I will need to hop off. I will definitely come back on later and get back to this because I'm really psyched up now.
You're psyched
Um,
up and ready to roll. Well,
yeah.
tomorrow, hopefully, people can join us tomorrow night. So, keep writing. Meg, is there anything you want to note just before we wrap up today?
Yeah, I'll just say I think first this is the first time I've kind of ever done this group thing, and I feel like the accountability it was a little awkward at first, like
Yeah.
right with these people staring, like all staring in the camera kind of thing. But it really did show that the timer, kind of the accountability of staying focused
Hmm.
leads to productivity and out of the work. So I was working on a draft of one of my Substacks, and I out of that start to emerge my checklist a little bit, like um, timer ending, knowing where I'm going to go next. Just kind of little pieces that I'm going to also work on simultaneously. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, well, daily steps, consistent action creates momentum. And today was just throwing ourselves into this process. So I applaud you. I'm going to share this on YouTube. If anyone is joining us tomorrow, be here 7 p.m. And I hope that you have a great Saturday. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Well,
See
thank you,
you.
Karen.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.